Welcome back to the Football Bulletin. A lot is happening across Europe, transfer plans forming quietly behind closed doors, and today, we've got massive updates on Haaland, Vinicius, Leo, Endrick, and Harry Kane. Grab your seat and let's get the news on the pitch. Real Madrid's Erling Haaland plan. Let's start with one of the most unbelievable rumors in European football right now. Real Madrid is reportedly plotting a sensational move for Manchester City star Erling Haaland. You need to understand why this is happening. The key factor is actually happening right now in Madrid with Vinicius Jr. Vinicius's contract expires in 2027, and he is holding firm on his high financial demands for a renewal. He's making it clear that if Real Madrid doesn't match the income of a certain recent major arrival, yes, we're talking about Mbappe, he is willing to walk away, possibly for free when his contract ends. This creates a huge problem for Florentino Perez. Real Madrid is willing to offer Vinicius a net salary that could rise to 21 million euros with bonuses, which is huge, but they are drawing a hard line. Club policy is clear, they will not break their pay structure, even for a star. If Vinicius doesn't budge, the club will look to sell him as early as next summer, and they need a replacement. You guessed it, the number one name on that list is the Norwegian phenomenon, Erling Haaland. While this wouldn't be an easy deal, sources close to Haaland's agent, Rafaela Pimienta, suggest a future deal isn't ruled out. If Real Madrid manages to sell Vinicius for a massive fee, which some reports say could be as high as 200 million euros, they will have the funds to make that dream move for Haaland a reality. It all comes down to Vinicius's contract demands. Barcelona and Rafael Leao story. We shift our focus now to the Catalan giants, who are still keeping a very close eye on AC Milan's explosive winger, Rafael Leao. You might remember Leao was constantly linked with a move to Barcelona or Bayern Munich last summer, but nothing happened. The big problem, as always, was his price. AC Milan has set his release clause at a monumental 150 million euros, and they simply refuse to negotiate for anything less than 80 million euros. Milan sees him as their undisputed key player and wouldn't let him leave easily. They had good reason to hold out, because Leao possesses exceptional qualities. His incredible speed and dribbling make him almost impossible to stop when he's on form. The main concern for clubs has always been his inconsistency, the ability to have some outstanding matches and then completely disappear in others. This is why no club has yet paid the staggering fee to sign him. However, you need to watch his current form. This season, Leao is silencing those consistent critics. He's no longer just showing flashes, he looks ready to contribute in every single game. He's putting in a more mature shift and has already bagged 3 goals in his first 4 games since returning from injury, including a brilliant brace against Fiorentina. Barcelona clearly recognizes that this new, consistent version of Leao is a safe bet, and they are continuing to assess a move. If he keeps this form up, a massive transfer attempt from the Catalan side is certainly coming. Endrick pushes for a loan move. Let's quickly turn to a young player who is struggling for minutes, Real Madrid wonderkid Endrick. At just 19, he's already a star name, but since joining Real Madrid in July 2024, the competition for a starting spot has been fierce, particularly with Kylian Mbappe's arrival just before him. Endrick has been patient, mostly featuring off the bench and even scoring 5 goals in the Copa del Rey, but he hasn't made a competitive appearance this season. That is simply not enough for a player with his ambitions. You need to remember that the World Cup is looming, and Endrick desperately needs regular game time to secure his place in the Brazil squad. Manager Xabi Alonso has urged patience, reminding the young star that he's at Real Madrid and his time will come, but Endrick needs minutes now. The great news for him is that a January loan move is edging closer. Top journalist Fabrizio Romano has reported that League One side Olympique Lyon has officially started talks to sign Endrick on a loan move. This would only be a short-term temporary move. Endrick sees his long-term future at the Bernabeu, but a guaranteed starting role at a club like Lyon is exactly what he needs to develop and make that World Cup squad. Keep an eye on this one as the January window approaches. Harry Kane's 65 million euros clause deadline. Finally, let's wrap up with a massive detail regarding Harry Kane's contract at Bayern Munich that has Premier League clubs on high alert. The England captain's form in Germany has been nothing short of spectacular, scoring over 20 goals across all competitions already. However, despite his happiness, there is a clock ticking on a potential exit. According to reports, Kane's contract includes a €65 million release clause, which is a bargain for a player of his caliber. But here is the critical part: he can only activate this clause if he notifies Bayern by the end of January 2026. If he misses the deadline, the clause becomes void, essentially tying him to the club until his contract expires in 2027. This clause structure is fascinating, as it gives him a specific window to engineer a move back to England, where he is still chasing Alan Shearer's all-time Premier League goal record. You can bet that top English clubs are monitoring the situation closely. Bayern, for their part, remains completely relaxed. They are happy with his performance and believe he's happy in Munich, even discussing a potential contract extension. For now, Harry Kane is focused on Bayern's objectives, but that January 2026 deadline is a huge date that you absolutely need to circle on your calendar. And that's it for today's Football Bulletin updates. Before you go, let me know, who do you think Real Madrid should prioritize, keeping Vinicius Jr. or signing Erling Haaland? Drop your opinion in the comments below and hit the like button. It helps us know you want more of these news updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.